I am here on a Monday because we are less than 2 hours away from Raw 25. So I'm here to give you my top moments from Raw over the past 25 years. Now, quick disclaimer, I am only 26, so I obviously haven't been watching Raw for 25 years, but I've been watching since I was about 7 or 8. So I do have favorite moments, but they're obviously not going to be from around 1993 when they first started because I was just a baby. Now, one of my favorite moments was December 6th, 2004, Trish Stratus versus Lita, the main event of Raw. This was the first time that two women had ever main evented Raw, and it was the two greatest women at the time, arguably, two of the greatest women wrestlers of all time. Trish put the title on the line against Lita, and Lita won, and that match just proved why women deserve to be in the main event, and I think will hold a special place in a lot of fans' hearts, but as also females, because it was just such a great moment for the women's revolution, which we have now years later. Another favorite moment of mine was pretty funny. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon in 2002 when they renewed their vows. Stephanie told Triple H she was pregnant. We found out earlier in the day that that was not true. She had lied because their relationship was on the rocks. And I know a lot of people loved their original wedding. I loved this wedding. This was Triple H just going ham on her. By the way, I'm going to link all the videos below so you can watch if you don't remember. But it was just one of those moments that, kind of personified the Attitude Era when it was just, nobody cares. It's going to say whatever you feel. And, I mean, he was harsh. But, sorry, Stephanie. I thought it was funny. Speaking of Stephanie and weddings, The Undertaker and Stephanie's wedding in 1999, when he pinned her on the cross and was going to marry her. That was one of those moments that, The Undertaker still, I mean, I'm wearing an Undertaker shirt right now, one of my favorite wrestlers, but man, he scared the living daylights out of me when I was younger, and that was just one of those moments that you're never going to forget because it was so creepy. Sorry, but we all love The Undertaker, don't we? Now, this is a newer edition. CM Punk's Pipe Bomb, June 27th, 2011. I don't think anybody will ever forget. Nobody saw that coming, which was why it was so insane, and CM Punk was my personal favorite wrestler at the time, but everything he said, we all felt. I mean, he was talking, it was like we were talking, the audience, and the atmosphere in the audience, everybody was just glued. It was crazy. Nobody could believe that he was saying all this stuff. It was really an unforgettable Raw moment. Now, another moment that I loved back in the Attitude Era was when Stone Cold, I know not a lot of people liked this, but when Stone Cold was bad and, when he was bad, heading up the Invasion, they had that Stone Cold Appreciation Night, which was horrible. Stephanie McMahon, again, we loved her, but she was so annoying back then. And at the end, Kurt Angle came out with that milk truck, and please watch that again and again because it was just hilarious. And again, it was one of those Attitude Era moments that was just so ridiculous, but it was so funny, and it was just so great to watch, and it was... that's why a lot of people miss that time because everything was just unpredictable and weird and crazy, but it was funny and it all made sense. Speaking of the Attitude Era, this wasn't in the Attitude Era, this particular moment, but it involved two superstars, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, when they reunited in June of 2006, when Vince McMahon was forcing Triple H to run the gauntlet against the Spirit Squad. I forgot who the last member was who was supposed to come out. He got thrown out, the audience started going crazy, and then Shawn Michaels came out. It was, again, one of those unforgettable, unpredictable moments. Came into the ring, helped Triple H, then they started doing the crotch chops, and we're like, oh my god, DX is back together. You may argue that that is not that is a DX reunion. Not a full DX reunion, but I will take it because it was just so unpredictable, and we all wanted that at the time, because who doesn't love to see DX? Now, again, another moment that was not that long ago, but was unpredictable and involved an Attitude Era superstar. As you can tell, I am an Attitude Era baby, which is probably why most of these took place in that time or involved those people. Shane McMahon returning in 2016 was another one of those moments that nobody saw coming. The atmosphere in that arena must have been insane. And Shane is really one of those underrated characters. I mean, he's been on TV for a while, but when he was gone, you didn't kind of realize how entertaining he was once he returned. And it's so great to see him, but it was one of those moments that you never expected. And Shane's just a natural, so it just all came together so great. It's actually a personal favorite because I happened to be there when this happened. It was April 11th, 2011, when Edge was forced to retire. Now, I remember being in the audience. We saw the backstage, but we had obviously you can't hear everything really that's going on, so we had no idea what was happening. And when he came out and gave that speech, telling everybody why he had to leave, it was just, everybody was shocked at home, obviously, but everybody was shocked there because we had no idea what was going on. And Edge is one of the greatest superstars of all time, so to have to witness it was insane, but it's something that'll, like, as a wrestling fan, is going to live with you forever, so that was pretty great. Now, last but not least, I guess you know what, this makes sense. We started off with a female moment, we're going to end with a female moment. Lita versus Molly Holly, November 24th, 2003, in a steel cage match on Raw. That was the first time women had competed in a steel cage match. Again, I apologize, I just realized I said Molly Holly. It was Victoria, not Molly Holly. Sorry. Two of the greatest women superstars that are in that era of all time, Lita, Victoria, fighting in a steel cage match, which, again, at the time, now, it's kind of, we've seen it. We've seen a Hell in a Cell, we've seen steel cage, but at the time, it was almost unheard of. So to see two females, it was another empowering moment for female wrestling fans, and something that we will not forget anytime soon. That is all I have for today. If I missed anything you want to, what was your favorite Raw moment, or if you agree, disagree with whatever I said, please comment below. I'm going to link to the videos below so you can watch. Let's all enjoy Raw 25 tonight. I cannot wait, and I will see you next week.